Welcome to Botches Off-Road. So we're going to carry on with our conversation from our wrap last week. Organization, both in truck and out of truck. Obviously, I've been working on this with the whole pack-out thing, and I've got so many fucking pack-outs at this point, dude. Because I scaled up, and then now I'm starting to scale down, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that's usually how you start when you start to get into like the organization, whether it be in your truck or your house, for your gear, kind of what we're talking about, or you usually start out with a ton of shit and a ton of different stuff, ways to store it, blah, blah, blah. And then as you go on, you get smarter, you feel like you find out what you need and don't need. We always end up scaling down. That's pretty typical. I've gotten to the point to where I got a pretty good idea of what I do and don't need. It's just I live in a house with my father-in-law, and I pretty much moved a whole house into one room anyway. So I have my son's room that I have some gear in. I have my room that I have gear in, and then I have a whole entryway that has a shelf with gear in it as soon as you walk in the door. So,
dude, something like the pack-out would be so good for you, though. I'm not saying pack-outs particularly, right? Like, you could do Power Build or something, which I actually like the drawer system better, but that's a whole different story. If you go to one of those, like, thick plastic, actually waterproof boxes like that, you could honestly store most of your gear outside.
yeah.
Like, a good 80% of your gear could go in a nice waterproof box outside.
Yeah, I think I fuck with it too much for it to make sense to go outside. I don't know. I'm always messing with my stuff. I like having it on display, not for the sense of like people looking at it. It's like it's not an art piece, but I like to have it on display to work with it, to like take inventory. I like to be able to see everything clearly. I don't love having everything stored in boxes. Honestly, clear drawers are kind of nice, but I also hate that they're clear. So like, I have to find like I'm picky, and I know what works for me.
So do boxes and put labels on them.
Well, that's what I'm going to end up probably doing. I just don't need to spend the money right now on any kind of system. I don't think. Like, that money I could use for a storage box, because I do have a bunch of different storage boxes right now, and they're like the cheap. It's what I started with and actually sized down from, because I didn't end up needing them anymore. I started going to drawers, but I have a bunch of these boxes. I just need to actually get everything into one spot, take an afternoon or something, get everything out of those 3 locations, get them all into one spot, get the old labeler out, and just get everything sorted out, get a power station running to get everything charged, and just get everything so like when we're like, hey, in the winter it's not as big a deal because you're doing extended months. But now that we're opening up into camping in winter, and I'm pulling things out of my truck, most of the things in my truck that I need are battery charged, and it's not a great idea to just leave those in the truck all winter in the cold.
Hey, at least you don't need your fridge in the winter.
That's true. Like when we did our poker run, I just brought the Yeti cooler that I found on the side of the road. So, and that's probably what I'll use when I go camping here on the 30th. So that's a plus. It gives me more room to work with. I'm probably gonna be able to store most of the rest of my stuff in the back. I'll keep my stove there. I might move my propane tank inside for a bit, because what we had during poker run, my propane tank being exposed to the cold, it was like, 12 degrees out?
Yeah,
something like that. Really, really cold. When I hooked up the propane tank to my stove, it wasn't putting out enough gas because of how cold it was to do both burners really hot. It was only doing one burner really hot, and when I opened up the 2, you could definitely feel that it was like lukewarm. So we ended up switching out Alex's propane tank, which he had in his vehicle, so that it was at a warmer temp. And then everything worked fine. So I guess if I'm cooking with one pan, it's not a big deal. Maybe I'll retest that and see how that goes. But
we've actually been discussing going to a single burner stove because we don't use the second burner at all.
No.
So
yeah, I do a lot of the times because most of my dishes have pasta. Because pasta is like a super easy thing to make when you're out there. Or something with rice in it. So like my jambalaya, I will usually be frying sausages or something, get a nice crisp on them on one burner, and then boiling the rice or whatever in the other.
I almost bet that you could almost all of your pasta pre-make it, put it in a container in the fridge, and not have to worry about making it in the field.
Yeah, it's not a horrible idea. I think the only reason I do it this way is because I can, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because it's easier to store dry goods than it is wet. Because for me, unless I use it the first day, I would need to store that in a fridge, just to keep it cool and not go bad. So for me, it's easier to have the dry goods and to just, I have a lot more storage for dry good than I do cold. So typically my fridge is packed with meats and proteins and perishables, and only a couple things, like a couple sodas, a couple Monsters. And then as I use those sodas or Monsters or drinks, I will rotate lukewarm ones into that.
So kind of on topic, kind of off topic, sorry. I've been looking at the rock pot. I don't know if you've ever seen this, Gavin.
Yeah, I have. It's a really cool idea.
So I'm thinking about picking up a rock pot because then I could honestly, in the morning, heat up the rock, throw soup in there, have that soup cook all day long, eat out of it all day, and just always have hot food just in the truck, sealed up, ready to go.
Yeah, I think the idea of the rock pot's really cool. And for anybody who doesn't know exactly what this is, Alex explained it, but you heat up a rock, you put it into the little storage area in the rock pot, and it basically is a slow cooker, and it keeps all your food in there. So,
it completely seals, so it can bounce around in the truck and not spill.
Right. So you could make something let's say you wanted to make pulled chicken, some kind of stew or soup or something like that. You could throw your chicken in there with the hot rock and your broth and your noodles and stuff like that, and let it sit for however many hours, and it'll sit there and it's completely sealed so that heat stays pretty consistent there for a long period of time, and it'll cook your food while you wait. So then by the time you get to camp, you have a nice crock pot meal, and all you have to do is open it up, serve it, and you're done, and you did all that prep early in the morning. So it's a pretty cool idea. I'm not going to lie. I really like it. I don't know if I would get that or if I would rather get one of those fold down Coleman ovens. If I had to choose, I really like the idea of a fold down Coleman oven to be able to bake cinnamon rolls or something in the morning would be really dope. But
but you can, a lot of that you can do on a fire without the fold down oven, really.
Yeah. And I think our dependency on fire for my rig, my family, is a lot less. I don't use, if I don't need a fire, if I'm not sitting by it, if it's just us, I won't even start one. So if I could do all my cooking on the pot and pans and stuff, I have it. I have plenty of gas to do it. So I don't typically I won't make a fire for ambiance usually if we have a short day of the typical overlanding style. So but it would be cool as I get more bougie, and I'm using that loosely, but to be able to make fresh baked bread or make
buddy, you're
fresh pizza.
You're so bougie.
Yeah, compared to the Rocklanders, maybe, yes. But my thing would be really cool to make fresh baked pizza in like the Coleman stove, and it folds down to only like 2 or 3 inches thick. So it's not like it takes up a ton of storage. I can kind of put it in there when I know that I want to do some baking or something, like do pizzas. Pizzas would be so cool to do. Do like a Chicago style or something. So, like a lasagna, something cool. It's definitely like I wanna change up the cooking game a little bit. I am one of the types that I like to have good food while I'm out, but like when we're poor, it's hot dogs. So like I want the bougie stuff for when we can be bougie. But the rock pot's super cool idea. I for the price, I think I would like rather try it before I buy it. And that sounds stupid, but like if someone has one that's in our friend group, I'd rather like see what they do and how they work it and go from there. Cause like I don't want to buy it and be like, yeah, this wasn't exactly what I was hoping for. But you can. So like I've seen people do like spaghetti. They'll put the sauce in, they'll put the meat in, and they'll put the dry noodles in. And then by the time it's ready to eat the spaghetti, the noodles have absorbed like the water that's in the sauce, and it's like a thicker spaghetti. It looks really good. Like it looks like it works great. So it's definitely a really cool idea.
Dude, people are baking bread in the rock pot.
Yeah, I imagine you probably could at that heat. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Rock pot's cool. I want to try it.
Yeah.
It's just a lot of money, and it's hard to make the decision to buy it.
And for me, it's also like the storage thing. Like the oven folds down flat, and it's even smaller than my stove, whereas the rock pot is round, and it's just like it's another thing.
To me, the way I'd be using the rock pot, that wouldn't be a problem, because I would almost do an entire weekend's worth of food in one rock pot and just keep it hot the whole time.
Yeah.
And then just we stop for lunch, I get some soup out of my rock pot.
Yeah. That's so like for like single dude, non-picky family activities, that's probably like the best invention ever. It would probably be very worth it to do a rock pot, because like I could just do a stew and live off of it this whole weekend. Do a perpetual, as they say, like a perpetual stew.
Yeah, exactly.
Like just heat up the stone, add a few potatoes and a lump of meat, and keep in a little bit more like water or broth, and keep going. Like that'd be really fun for that. I love my wife, but she will not eat the same thing 2 days in a row. So, even perpetual stew, if I was to like change that slightly, she'd be like, it's still stew. I want something else. So, but it's a super cool idea for the less picky like that. Like, and when I'm solo, like what I don't plan, I do like maybe a steak and potatoes for like my first night on the 30th, just as like a celebratory here. Hey, I'm out here alone for the first time in years. I'm out camping alone, without my family, which is going to be sad, but kind of cool, I guess, too, because I could focus on trying to like make a video, but I can also eat how I want. So I can just bring hot dogs and eat hot dogs all weekend and peanut butter jelly sandwiches. Like I don't have to worry about it. Like that, like if I was solo, no wife, no kid, I would probably be eating Uncrustables most of the weekend. Like, that's just, I mean, like, we're simple people. Like, I could eat a block of feta cheese and steak for breakfast, lunch, and dinner and be fine. So yeah, no, the rock pot's a cool idea. I think cooking-wise, though, I'm really happy with my Coleman stove, and I don't see myself switching off to anything other than, like, a 2-burner Jetboil. The fold down, and that's if I just come across a crazy deal. I don't know that
cheap knockoffs.
Yeah, there is, and I've seen them. They're pretty cool, but
cheap knockoffs of what? Sorry,
Jetboil.
Yeah, because you guys have the clamshell, right? The clamshell.
Yeah,
style.
well, we were originally actually looking at one that literally looks like the same one, just doesn't have the Jetboil label.
Right. So, I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to trying that. But
the only issue, and that's another reason why we're kind of just going to do a single burner, if you put the second burner on, it cuts the input from the other burner down. There's like no split difference.
It doesn't have like a built-in splitter or something that regulates that?
Not at least the one we have.
That's weird.
And
hopefully the actual Jetboil has a better system, but ours does not.
That's like a small difference that I don't know constitutes the $300 for the clamshell. You know what I mean? Like, because you got yours for less than like probably what, $50, less than $50.
I want to say 80 when I bought it.
That's more than I thought. But even then, like $80, and then what? The second burner isn't as hot.
It literally
not a big
cuts
deal.
the output for one burner down to like half.
Yeah,
we turned it on to heat our hands up, and it just cut almost all the power off for the main burner that I was using for cooking with.
Wow.
Yeah.
So I mean, a splitter would be good then, to something that can regulate the two. But
have we tried it with the bigger tank, or was that only with the?
That was with the bigger tank.
Was
with the bigger tank.
Oh, okay.
That was when we went down to Missouri.
Yep, you're right.
Man, that's a bummer. I do like that it doesn't do that with mine, but the downside to mine is that it is still quite large. I mean, it's thin, which makes it worth it, I guess. It packs down thin, but the stove itself, the whole platform is the typical Coleman stove platform. It's pretty large, but I don't have a problem with that. The only time that I have issues with it is when I hit a whoopty and it's not secured, so it goes into the back seat.
Yeah.
So it usually falls like right next to the kid, and he's like, eh! Like he's pointing at it. Like, it's that and the pop-up shelter that keeps falling down and like almost taking my kid out.
I actually, while we're having this conversation, I just bought a single burner stove for us off Amazon.
I mean, that's not a bad deal. That's not the one I would have gone with. Okay.
Yeah. Do you see the price?
I know. That's why I said, like, I guess I can't argue too much. So I was going to do that one that had the wood top that covers it.
I know, but how much is that one?
Let me find it.
Yeah, wood's expensive. That's the other thing when we're talking about organization, too, is like, I'm going to be working on that all spring, probably, throughout the camping trips. Building probably... I've done a lot of different builds, and this is going to be a seat delete. I'm going to move the kid over to behind my seat. Move the accessory. Yeah. Move the accessory back behind Sienna's, do the seat delete, the whole bench, do the platform, and then I'll probably move the battery pack over since I'll have the moving battery.
Okay. Mine's like $52.99, so right now that is a better deal.
It's under $20. I was like, as soon as I saw that, I'm like, yep, got it.
Well, we'll do it. We should do it direct. I wish we had do you guys have a like thermometer? Like, I wish we could like test them side by side to see what the heat output of each one of those is.
I mean, thermometers aren't expensive, so I'm sure we could pull something up.
I have an IR one somewhere, but I don't know how accurate it actually is. I bought it years ago.
You know what I have?
8,600 BTUs.
I think mine's 12,000.
I trust that with a grain of salt, man.
Yeah.
That sounds underpowered compared to the black one we got.
That one, they're all about the same. It's the same typical design.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's why mine's 222. I think it's 12,000. Might be 22. But anyway, but yeah, that's the main thing is I'm going to be changing a bunch of that stuff this spring. I'm going to be buying what I would like to do is buy a wrap. Like what do you call the stuff you put on like tables or cupboards? It's like a wrap.
Like
no, it's like a wrap. It's like a vinyl,
sticky vinyl cover.
Yeah, I want to try and find something durable like that I can put over the plywood instead of the typical like carpet, so it's easy to clean. But I want to do some plywood, and then put that stuff on it, help make it look a little better. I was looking at like Topo, but there's not a lot. I don't know what to look for as far as like something that's sturdy that won't like tear.
Do
So
like
I'll keep looking.
you could do like that vinyl click together flooring. That wouldn't be too bad. The free float.
Yeah, I'll look at that too. But yeah, I just want to make it look way more presentable, put together. And then yeah, I'm gonna put some holes in it, some access holes, kind of like the Goose Gear. Honestly, the Goose Gear isn't. I mean, it's expensive, but it's not crazy for what I want to do. But I still want to try and build it out myself, how I want to do it. And then yeah, we'll see, because I still have to get a second water container. Those have been working really well, so I want to keep up with those. And then I'll mount my spare battery behind there as well. And then I should be fine. We'll see what Bison Gear sends me. If they're redoing all their stuff right now for the new year, so if they end up sending me like one of their shelving systems or something, then I'll have to work around that, because, well, I'm not going to say no. So
Yeah, I need to take out that one that's built from scrap farm wood and build something a little better. I've got some ideas to use some Unistrut or some extruded aluminum and build a frame. But I haven't really locked in how I want to do that yet, so we'll see.
I was also debating about redoing that one, the one in the rear, but I'm probably gonna stick with that one for a little bit longer. But I do want to like switch to extrusion and then plastic instead of wood.
And I need to decide if I'm going to continue to put stuff into this Forerunner or wait until I build the new one.
Yeah.
So anything I can take out easily, I'll put in there. Like, I'm going to do seats in this one just because my seats are god awful.
Right.
But those I could easily switch to the new one, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, they have it's called contact paper basically, but they have like peel and stick wallpaper. It's like a dark black wood grain paper.
Yeah.
But maybe I'll just paint it. Maybe I'll just do like a couple thick coats of black paint and be done with it. But I just like, you typically when you see some of these like pre-built like shelves and stuff like that, they have that gray like marine grade carpet.
Yeah, because it's stupid easy to clean.
It is. I just don't love the carpet. Like I if I'm gonna do it from scratch, I would like to design it to where I like smooth surfaces. I like to just be able to wipe it off. And yeah, the carpet you can wipe, but it's not as easy as just like a surface. So what I might do is just some cheap like discount flooring from like Menards.
Mm-hmm.
The waterproof flooring, the tongue and groove kind of plastic PVC-ish, and then run that for just the top part of the seat delete. That's like cheap. I'm only gonna need like, I don't know, like 15 pieces of it, so it's not gonna be super expensive. I can cut it to the shape I want. I can cut holes in it. I'm not gonna be upset. If anything goes wrong with it, I could take it out and just replace the one piece. So I might do something like that. But I'm gonna cross that bridge when I get there again, because something might come up better. Like I've been scouring Marketplace to find like used like Goose Gear seat deletes for an FJ, but you're not gonna find that stuff.
I have not seen a Goose Gear product on Facebook Market yet.
No, and that kind of speaks to like the quality of their stuff, because like people don't resell that shit. You know what you can find everywhere are those decked pull-out drawers.
They just redid theirs, so a lot of them are going to the newer version of it now.
Hey, like, don't worry, guys. I got you. There's a Goose Gear 2-drawer rear cabinet on Marketplace right now for $500.
Is it the one for the JKU or whatever, the Wrangler?
JL, but yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I already seen it. I thought about it. I'm like, I was gonna ask him for the measurements on that because I'm like, that actually might fit.
There is, however, a Goose Gear tailgate table, which is also for a JL, but we could make this work on the FJ.
I mean, let me do some Goose Gear searches here.
Yeah, I think this year we're gonna have a trend of us working on interior mods based off of our conversation.
Dude, I gotta do something. It's gotten so bad.
Yeah. I'm planning on deleting the rest of my 60 bench.
Really?
And yeah, I thought we had this conversation, you and me at least.
No, you're getting rid of what's left of your bench seat?
Yeah, because seeing what Gio and Chris Hall has for that custom one that they had contracted or whatever.
Yep.
I'm kind of intrigued by prices for it. See what they got, but potentially just make it ourselves. But I have an idea of I want to make a platform that has a pack out plate and then another one that slides out so we can do double pack outs, but not have it fully out all the time.
Got ya.
Yeah, there's a few little Goose Gears. It's mostly for Jeep.
I mean, that's pretty typical. Around here, you're mostly going to find Jeep parts.
Yeah.
For sure. I did just sell my radio, my stock radio and headlights the other day.
Wow.
Finally. I've had those up for a while. They offered me a little less for the radio on Marketplace, and I was like, fine, whatever. Like, it's just sitting in my closet anyway. Then they came and asked me if I had any more parts for an FJ. And I, like, turned around to look at my FJ, and I'm like, not any that I really want to sell you. Like, I have a bunch of spare parts for the truck that I need. But I did tell them I had the headlights, which I already had up. I couldn't remember what I had them on for Marketplace. And I just told them $20. And they're like, yeah, we'll do that. I only need one. I'm like, I'm not selling you one headlight. Like, what's the fucking point? Like if I give you one headlight, do you know how hard it is for me to be able to sell the other headlight by itself? Right. I'm like, I will sell you both for 20. Like, and that's a good deal. Take it or leave it. And they're like, yeah, we'll do that. I'm like,
yeah,
okay.
A spare one for when that one breaks at some point.
Yeah, I'm like, there's no reason, dude. So, yeah, I got those sold and taken out. But other than that, the spare parts I have left are mechanical. So it's like wheel bearings, brake calipers for the rear. Reminds me, I need to get a front brake caliper. I forgot about that again. So, but yeah, pretty much. I haven't driven the truck much. I think I've driven it like once or twice since New Year's. So it's just kind of chilling right now. I check it now every day to make sure that it's actually charging. Yeah. But yeah, with that auxiliary power off, it's fine. So I gotta replace that WeBoost antenna. I got the WeBoost hardwire kit now. That finally came in. So I can hardwire the WeBoost, which means I have the WeBoost hardwired, the dash cam hardwired. That takes a lot of that extra crap out of the cab that we were all complaining about. All of us. It was annoying for me too. So get all that out. And then while I have that antenna out and down, I'm going to work on that mount for it so that I can actually get it to move back and forth again.
Yeah.
So that'll be good. And then I need to figure out a net or something for the roof. Be able to store some stuff in. I'd love to do like a molly panel. I think I've mentioned this before, but like do a molly panel that bolts onto the roof.
Oh, ceiling, not roof.
Ceiling, yes.
Oh,
sorry.
I was like, dude, what are you talking about?
I know.
Yeah. Yeah, like a cargo. I bought one that said it fit for an FJ off of Amazon. It did not. And I tried to make it fit, and it sagged so fucking bad that it was like touching the top of my head. I'm like, yeah, no. I have plenty of headroom in the FJ.
Yeah.
So like, if I could get a like molly panel that went across the head area and then just went towards the back, that would be really nice for storing thinner items like the pop-up shitter. I have like an Atlas and stuff just in case maps stop working, I could pull out like a physical maps.
You just
Yeah.
need multiple versions of maps, and then you're fine.
Yeah. I mean, I have a lot of downloaded maps, and I try to pre-plan and download all those maps, but I still carry that fucker around. Like, I don't think I've used it in years, but I'm like, maybe one day, the one day I don't need it, I'll
See,
need it. Like,
You need to have a phone, a Garmin, and a tablet. Then you have no chance of not having maps.
yeah. Well, and usually I have 3 phones. My main phone, a camera phone for doing camera shot, and Sienna's phone and a tablet. They all have the maps downloaded onto them. So between the 4 or 5 phones or whatever, I don't think I'd ever have an issue, but it's just one of those things where I think it's just nice to have. It's like, just in case, everything goes bad.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to do the seats in the front. I need to do rear seats because the kid's seat took out like an 8-inch by 6-inch chunk of leather out of my back seat. Oh, dude, I'm still pissed about it. So I need back seats now, and then I was going to do carpet, but I'll probably wait until I build the other 4Runner. Just because I don't want to spend money on something that isn't going to stay there, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, are you gonna switch to the other 4Runner full time?
Yeah, so what I'm going to do, and me and Mark been talking about this, is I'm going to build a rear axle for it, probably do cantilever in the back, and then the front is going to be the long travel that's currently on the truck. Might be refreshed. I did get with my cousin the other day, so he might be cutting me some files. But I'm going to do the same long travel setup. Basically, anything good from my truck is going to move to the other one. It's going to be a new frame, a new body, no more rust. That's the big thing, is no more rust.
Eventually the supercharger?
Yeah, eventually Supercharger.
Is this the same project 4Runner frame that we were talking about months ago, where you were gonna be sinking like
Yeah.
100K
So-
into?
No, it was going to be like 20K. And instead of sinking 20K into it, I'm going to be putting like 16K into it. Originally, I was going to build like a crazy rock crawler out of it, but I don't really need that. I just need something that can do all the trails around us, and if I want to go play on other rocks, it's capable of it.
Yep.
The big problem I'm running into now is I'm chasing so much rust on mine that within the next 2 years, I'm going to have to replace it anyway.
Yeah.
So I may as well just build one rather than build one and buy one.
Right. Yeah, that makes sense. That's why we take Alex's crazy ideas with a couple grains of salt, because there's usually they'll change up, or they'll change up
dude.
like enough to be different.
Not much has changed. The only difference is instead of a solid front axle, I'm doing IFS on the front still.
Ooh.
And not
Keeping the
necessarily
IFS.
trying to make a custom pickup.
Oh, I'm definitely making a pickup out of the next one.
Oh, you are?
Oh, yeah, that's happening.
Oh,
Okay, maybe not as much has changed as I thought it did.
yeah. Wow. Still. And Mark, you're pretty storage-wise. I mean, you're kind of tapped out for like, I don't know, you can't really do like drawers because you don't have like access doors or anything behind your seat. So you could just do pack outs and stuff, right?
He has a
You
full
don't-
door.
Got full doors.
Oh, do you have full doors?
It's
yeah,
a crew
4
cab.
doors.
Oh,
Yeah.
for some reason, am I thinking of your brother? Does he not have
Yeah.
full doors?
His is an extended cab, but even that has access doors at the back.
Oh, I don't know why. I was thinking he didn't have doors back there. Oh, fuck. Well, congratulations on the extension that I forgot about. But now that I think about it, and I'm like thinking of times where you probably have used your doors, I can remember it. But yeah, I was just thinking, like, do you have any other plans to upgrade your storage to differently? Or are you gonna stick with the pack outs? Keep the
As
back
of right
flat?
now, pack out, I haven't decided if I want to do a mix of it yet. Might be doing some other products. I'm going through so many ideas of how to do my rear seat. And it's
Yeah.
just more of I need to get a platform and start building and see what I can do with it.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of the thing, too, is like, you don't really know what you need or how you want it organized until you've already kind of fucked it up a few times, at least for me anyway.
Yeah.
Like,
At least we have enough pack outs of different sizes that aren't being used now that you can fuck it up without having to spend money.
Yeah.
yeah, on different packouts for sure.
Because at this point, I need to build a platform and then figure out how much space and how many packouts I can theoretically put in there and figure out storage-wise.
It would be cool to do like a slider that came out of one of those doors where you had packouts mounted on the slider. And
We
just
have-
be able to like,
We have discussed that.
We have,
able to-
because originally I was going to have it, I think, slide out. My issue is that my door doesn't fully open frontward,
Right.
and there's a lot of plastic on that door, which we've also discussed about fixing. Gonna,
just gonna
Take
rip
my-
gut the back doors.
yeah. And then
Yeah.
pretty much put like a rubber pad or mat on this.
Yeah, like a truck, almost like a truck mud flap,
Yeah.
like that material.
Like
Just
a
have
horse
my
stall
switch-
mat.
Just have my switch. Yeah, pretty much. Just have my switches available, and that's it.
Hey man, if it works, I mean, if you don't plan on ever using your back doors for anything, like, then do it.
Well, the cool thing is that it doesn't actually make your back doors like unusable. It just
Right.
changes
Just-
the cover.
I would just lose my water bottle holders down the door, and that's about it.
Darn. That's a big darn. Do you have captain seats, like with a center console?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. There's a video I sent in Botches with a guy that had a pack out as his center console in the middle,
Yeah.
and then he had his fucking coffee cup he could just lock into his pack out. I'm like, that would be so cool for those guys with the
I
captain
just-
seats.
I think mine's too narrow for a pack out
Yeah.
to be up in there.
I would actually consider it if it didn't take up more space than I had.
And I would
Which I don't.
It doesn't
Felt-
take up more space.
modifying my whole center console. I don't think the pack out will come back out if it goes in.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
No, for me, I don't know that I have enough space just with the. I'd have to take the armrest out, and then I think by the time I put that pack out in, it would be raised too high for my arm to be like a comfortable hand rest. But
I think
it's really cool.
I don't think you'd even have to take your your armrests out.
Well, maybe we'll test it with one of yours someday.
Yeah, I mean, don't use the big pack out. Use one of the ammo can ones.
That's
Yeah,
what he was
that's-
referring to. He thinks it might be too
Yeah.
tall, though.
Right.
I don't know. I don't know that it would be.
Well, that's what I'm saying. We could test it out. I don't know how long they are as far as like how far I could move it up so it wouldn't take up space in the back behind the seats, but
For
but,
me, though,
yeah, we'll just
I
test.
gotta get rid of my inverter. 'Cause
Yeah,
My inverter is right underneath my center console.
my truck's too narrow to do any of it. So
Yeah, I know.
because
I feel
between my two seats, I've only got like
Yours even
7
narrower than
inches.
mine.
Like
hey, the inside of Alex's truck feels like it was made for a Japanese person. Like
It
genuine.
was.
That's what I'm saying though, is that it feels like it was. Like when you get into my truck, it doesn't feel like that. But like when
We're probably smaller back in the 90s than we are currently.
plus to be,
like I don't know that it's that we're smaller. I just think that Toyota was still building them
yeah.
to the Japanese.
Yeah.
So first through third gen Forerunners are very much so still built for Japanese. Once you hit the fourth gen, they start to scale it up. I don't think they did a fourth gen Surf. I think they did up
No.
to third gen.
I think
So-
we did third gens.
Yeah,
Or up to third gen, should say.
that's kind of why, because like before they were just building one truck that would work everywhere, and now
Yeah.
yeah,
I don't know. It's just like I get into, like, I feel like the seats aren't even wide enough for my fat ass in Alex's car. Like, I get in and I have to, like, kind of shift over to, like, close the door so it doesn't hit my arm or something. It's like I just feel so big in such a small car.
And
And
yeah-
I am a big guy. I get it. But, like,
You have to like
Uncomfortable.
stick your head up into the sunroof a little bit because it's so low.
Yeah, you're right. So, and with my truck, is just like when you get in, Alex even made a comment with it when he was test driving it out the one day. He's like, this thing just feels fucking massive. Like, it does.
Yeah.
It's like the Toyota version of a Hummer.
Well, yeah, I'm
the
about to say
new
it's your
Hummers.
windshield that really makes it feel big.
Yeah,
Dude, and though like there's so much space in that truck. Like
Yeah.
front seat, back seat doesn't matter. There's so much space.
comparatively for sure. Yeah, and like it doesn't feel like it as far as storage space because I'm working with it. But like, I think the coolest thing is that I have like a almost completely flat dash.
Yeah.
That makes it really nice for eating dinner. Like there was so many people at our Thanksgiving dinner at Sienna's grandparents' house
Mm-hmm.
that we literally walked out into the FJ and I tilted my steering wheel down and we used the dash as a table and we ate our Thanksgiving there because there was so many people, there wasn't even enough chairs, tables, like you were just standing eating. So we just went out there for some peace and quiet. And like that thing is so great for that.
Dude, that truck just has so much room in general. Like you've got so much space.
Yeah, I love that truck 100%. I'm super scared for when that axle goes, but I'm not gonna get rid of it for any reason. I'm just gonna find another axle. But
I think I think you're fine. I really do. Like they just kind of eat themselves over time.
yeah, I haven't checked my fluid yet. I don't think that I drove enough for it to be worth it to check my fluid. I think I might I'll do the Mitch trip and to Cadillac and back. And if we can get a fucking dry day around here,
Right?
oh my God, dude. Like, we had a couple days this last week where it was back up to like 50s, which it was like that prior to New Year's. And everything melted. My whole driveway was one big ass ice sheet and puddle.
Oh.
And I'm like, I'm not getting down on the fucking ground to do this.
Everything
Like,
everything melted and then we got slammed with snow again and then it got warm again.
Yeah.
yeah, we got slammed with like what was it, like 3 inches of snow
Yeah.
this last week, and then which was really nice. Like it made everything look better again because after everything melted, man, it was like a sloppy, shitty mess. But and then everything melted again. So now it's just kind of an in betweener.
And then
Like you're gonna get rain.
you know, today it was warm and everything melted. Well, tomorrow we get snow and then it snows every day this week.
Yeah.
I'm fine with that. Like, just get rid of. Like, I love what it looks like when it snows. I love it.
As long as next weekend when we go camping, there's like a foot of snow on the ground, I'll be fine.
Yeah.
I really want to actually winter camp. I mean, technically we did it that one time, but it snowed on us after
Yeah.
when it did that.
I don't know. I will see with her working. I will see if I could pop out at least to just hang out for a bit.
Okay.
That would be fun. Like just to come out and hang out and like see what the setup's like. Because you guys definitely have for winter camping. You guys definitely have an advantage as far as like, well, at least Mark does to having a cot off the ground.
See, I don't know. I almost think you'd be better off on the snow than on the cot.
Oh, with the water,
Well, the snow's gonna insulate.
right?
I just think in general, but in comfort wise, 100% it's gonna be better on the cot.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I think if you had good insulation underneath you, Mark, like a pad,
Yeah,
like R8, R10, yeah, then I feel like you'd be great up there.
I was like,
Which I'm
so
sure the
far,
swag is great too.
so far I've not experienced too much coldness from the bottom anymore. So
Yeah, and from my pad, and my pad's not even like an R8, it's an R5. I don't really experience any coldness from the bottom, but it'll be a good test to see in extreme temps on a tent floor whether I do. I don't think that I'm going to have any issue at all, like once I get this marine battery thing hooked up, because that diesel heater, by the way, having it outside anyway, and I mentioned this to Mark in our wrap episode while you were gone, I had that running and it was like silent.
Yeah.
You could barely hear it. So it was super quiet and it did really good. Like I ran it on that first run. I ran it as long as it would run, which I think was like 4 hours.
One thing I would definitely recommend. So, there's an intake and an outtake for the heater part itself. You should have 2 vents going into your tent. One for intake, one for outtake.
I don't have like a hose for an intake.
Right. You should get one is what I'm saying. Because what that's going to do is when you've got it outside, let's say it's 30 degrees outside, right? And you heat the air inside your tent and you're just pulling air from outside into inside, you're going to go through diesel 3 to 4 times as fast as if you were pulling already warm air from inside your tent to go through the heater.
Yeah, but like I don't even have like a place to mount it. It's just a flat surface with vent holes cut out.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
dumb. That's dumb.
I'm fine with it.
I'm about to say let Alex look at it. He might find where it's actually at.
No, there's not one. There's like on the side of the toolbox thing, it's just a cutout. There's no mounting spot. It's just flat.
Because I know Alex was trying to figure out where his intake was when he first got it.
Yeah, this intake is very very clear.
Yeah, mine I was trying to figure out which one was intake and which one was outtake.
Let's see.
I
like it.
Yeah, it's so much better if you're able to do.
Yeah, to recycle the air.
Yeah.
It makes sense. Yeah, I mean, but no, mine just doesn't even have a port for it.
And I can only find pictures of the one side, so that's fun.
Yeah, the other side is just it's oh gosh. Sorry, the video played in my face.
Oh yeah, look at that.
Yep.
It's just that's dumb. I mean, it's fine for you. It's fine. It just
yeah, I don't mind. It's like I haven't even looked at how much diesel it used in that 4 hours. I'm sure it wasn't too much. I will say that the filter they have in that tank for a typical diesel pump, oh my god. I just ended up taking that little filter out because it was so fucking slow. Taking forever to actually filter the diesel through it.
Huh. I guess I should look. I don't even know if mine has. I'm all set up for both sides. I'm pretty sure mine does. If not, I'm taking it apart and making it work with both sides.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure you could somehow, but like even just use a hole saw or something and cut a hole to like hook up into that. But
no, sure enough, mine only has one side too. I don't like that.
Yeah, I'm cool with it for me for now. I really want to test it out on its own stock, as they say, and then see how that works. I'm excited for that. But dude, I had that hose pointed towards the top of my deck where I was walking, and when I kept checking in on it, I came back out. That air was hot, and for a small tent like our 2-person, that would cook us right out of it for sure soon.
Yeah.
For a 6-person, that's more heat than that buddy heater ever put out. So I'm like, for a 6-person, I'm debating on pulling that. If I have to talk to Mitch, if it's going to be a base camp style, like we're going to camp all weekend there, if we're moving to different spots. But
yeah, ours will not be base camp. We're going to hit multiple spots.
Yeah, well, I don't blame you. That'd be cool though. But just based off of that, I might use the bigger tent just to see how well it stores that air when it's fully sealed. But no, it like when I checked on the deck later, it went from a completely snow-topped, ice-topped deck, and when I looked at it later, it was just bare dry wood. And like I was like, oh damn. So yeah, I mean it was crazy. I had my father-in-law come out and take a look at it. He's like, damn, this is nice. I'm like, dude, if we ran out of power, I could probably run that exhaust through the chimney and just use this to like heat the inside of the house through our living room area. I don't know how that would. I think that would work, right? Like just take your exhaust and like route it up into the chimney for the fireplace. It's not super long, but I feel like the air pole would be funny, right?
I don't know that I'd run it through the chimney. I put it out a window.
Yeah. I don't have. I would have to make a platform to do that if I get the vent like I plan on, then I won't have to because it'll be like an 8-foot vent. But I plan on my vent being pretty long. Chill that air down a little bit before it actually goes into. It's funny that I have to say that, but like, I don't want that hot. Like, I could not run that heater all night. I had it set at 70, which is probably way too hot, but like, I could probably set it at 60 and be fine. But I have an 8-foot duct in my cart right now.
Oh.
With aluminum on the inside.
This is happening real time. I just got a message at 8:40 from the company I bought the DC heater vents from, and they only had 3 of them in stock, and I ordered 4. So they're going to refund me for the 4th one, and I guess we also won't have an intake this camping trip.
Well, I guess you'd test them out stock then. If you guys can, if you could take like measurements, like what you did full, the time that it was full when you started it,
That's the
how
plan.
long it lasted, etc. Because I'd like to compare and contrast when I do mine and just see the setups. Are you going to have that marine battery for that one?
Yeah, now that you're saying Sienna can get them for like under $100, I'm probably going to be hitting her up. I'll slide into the DMs for a battery.
Love it. Okay. I'll when she goes and buys one tomorrow and gives me the final price for it, I'll let you know.
Yeah,
because she was supposed to buy it tonight, but she forgot. So
yeah, because that I could do. 1 second.
Yawn alert.
Yeah, it's getting to be that time. That I could do. I could just buy one rather than borrow my brother's for his boat.
Yeah. Hey, you could test it out and just see how you like it, because maybe you want to go with a different. Because I think the one that we're doing is a Group 24. I feel like that. I don't really care. I've heard people using lawn batteries and they're fine. I've heard people using their own car batteries and they're fine, but I don't want to put that stress on my car battery.
As long as it fits in a pack out, I really don't care. So
right.
I think I've got a Group 24 right now, and it fits pretty good.
Yeah, I have a box in my cart actually. While we were talking about it earlier, because as I was talking about the safety concern with my kid, I was like, yeah, I need a box because he will touch both of those somehow and fuck himself up some. I don't know. Or he'll put something flammable on the tops of them and I'll fucking torch my trucks.
Dude.
So.
Oh, Alex is coughing now. He's dying.
Coughing. But there's a Noco snap top battery box, Group 24 to 31, 12 volt, for $21.
Yeah, no, it works great. That's what we've got in the trailer.
Yeah, so that's what I plan on doing, and I'll just cut the holes out for the Anderson cables.
It's actually got pass through, so you don't have to cut holes.
Oh, nice. See, even better.
Yeah. So while we're talking about kids and safety problems, dude, turkeys are the fucking worst. So I had 3 days ago, they chewed through one of the wires to the one of the feed line motors and fried the motor. So I replaced it, right? Put a brand new one in. Today, they unscrewed the cover for the junction box. They somehow managed to get the screw to come off, pulled the cover off, and then pulled the wires out of the motor as if they were worms.
What the fuck?
So they destroyed a second $300 motor in 3 days.
Jesus. Are these the ones that are due to go out?
No, these ones they're only like 8 weeks old, 10 weeks old.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, it's a problem child's there, but gonna have to whip them around a little bit.
Bro. And then as I'm sitting there fixing it, like I set my my ratchet down because I had to take the bolts out, right? So I set the ratchet down, turned around to grab the ratchet, and it was freaking gone. They had grabbed it and took off down the barn with it. I found it like halfway down the barn.
Jesus.
I can't tell if it's your turkeys or you got some fucking supernatural gnome or something fucking around with you.
No, it's the turkeys, dude. They just, for whatever reason, they were stealing all my tools today. They were all up in my business. Wouldn't leave me alone. It was annoying. It was bad.
It's like the cats when I go out, those farm cats I have out there. Meow, meow, meow. That's why I can't test my tents out and stuff out there, because they're going to be all over my fucking tents, and I don't want them peeing on them or anything.
That's why all my cats are inside cats, so I can do whatever I want outside without having to worry about them.
Yeah. Our inside cat's great. She's kind of useless with mice. Like, we heard a mouse the other day making noises, and I'm like, go, Pixie, go, get him. And she's like, meh, I don't feel like it. I'm like, yeah, of course you wouldn't.
There was one time we came back. We came back from a camping trip. I let the cat up for like the first time, because our cats, they've got a basement they hang out in most of the time because the dog will kill them. So I let the cats up for nighttime, and he kept me up all night just chasing mice that he was finding. In one night, he brought me like 4 mice. I was like, fuck, dude.
Good cat, man. Our dog catches more mice than the cats do. It's crazy. But no, our cat, that brings me to the point too, like camping with animals. Camping with cats has got to be probably pretty dope. Like, if you can get over the whole pooping part. Like, Ivan, I believe it is, had a camp cat. I can't remember her name.
Yeah, Ivan has a camp cat.
And she was so cool to have out there, dude. That was so cool to have a little camp cat out walking around on her leash and stuff. And I always wanted to do something like that with an animal. It'd be really cool to do it with like a raccoon or a bird. But
I used to have a parrot that would go camping with me. He also would go fishing with us, which was really fun.
I feel like a raccoon would be like the closest thing to a smart human that you could get, like opposable thumbs. I'd just be worried like he'd go all run off with all the other raccoons and do hooligan shit. Like,
I don't know, dude. Like, because raccoons, their average brain capacity is like a 2-year-old.
That's fine.
Something like that. And then there's dogs that are smarter than that. Even like Mercy, that's closer to like a 4 or 5-year-old. Oscar's right in that same range.
I'm cool with a 2-year-old brain capacity. My 2-year-old knows just enough to keep his shit from dying, and when I yell for him, he comes back. And it's like that's all I really need. Like he's been a pain and a joy lately. I've been telling Sienna, I'm like, I need a day off. Like
that,
I need a break.
Literally, this trip coming up, I texted Mark. I was like, dude, what are you doing this weekend? A couple weekends from now. He's like, doesn't look like anything. And I'm like, all right, we're going camping. Fuck this. I need to get away.
Yeah. That's kind of why I was pushing to do the 30th. If I hadn't already told Mitch that I was coming, I would have just canceled and said to you guys. But me and him already have a plan for like setting up filming stuff.
Hell yeah.
Trying to, because he does like the little YouTube videos and filming too. So it's a good match to try to work together and try to put up a good, whether we do separate YouTube videos or just combine each other's footage or something. I don't know. I don't care. But it would just be really cool to try. Then I have to figure out that whole other thing with what I'm going to end up using as an editor, because that's been a whole depressing situation as well. So
yeah, I need to get over and look at your computer and see why it's doing that.
Well, I think Sienna's looking at just getting the DaVinci Pro and being done with it, because instead of doing like a monthly subscription and instead of doing all that, I could just get the studio for $300 and be done with it. It's a lifetime thing, and
you might still be in the same boat with 4K video though.
If that's the case, then I'll have to upgrade something out of my computer. But but the thing is that it, like in DaVinci right now, it won't even play the video because I believe that 4K and above at my settings for the camera, it won't allow it to play, because I can use footage from my phone camera and I can upload it to DaVinci and it plays that just fine. But when I try to upload footage from my DJI camera, it will not. So I'm assuming the 4K 60 frames a second is a premium feature. That's kind of what we talked about the other day. But even when I tried using Shotcut, it was so glitchy. I'm hoping that I could fix that. I'll have to do some more messing around with Shotcut and stuff to figure that out, but we'll see.
Yeah, I
Enhance?
have no issues with Shotcut. That's why I was so surprised. Okay, so you can edit 4K video with a 3060, but you will experience performance issues or lag during editing preview.
Yeah, I did look up something, and I'm going to try and change it. If I'm going to try 4K, but I'm going to try to change down the editing preview to a lower graphic and see if that helps. Because the editing preview is going to be different from post.
Right.
So I can edit it in a really low graphic, set my color scale and do all that, and then I can upload it 4K. And I'll try that with Shotcut. I'll see if I can get it to not be laggy, and if that's the case, we're all set to go. But
yeah,
it's just I've been having problems with it, and it was getting to be irritating because I spent all the time trying to get all the files over. I got them all on there, and it was just like everything was, I just couldn't do anything. So we'll see. But we all have some plans coming up. It's going to be pretty fun. We all both have camping trips. We're both going to try and document it pretty well. We're all testing out some new gear.
I'll be honest, I'm definitely not going to document mine well because I'm definitely going to forget.
We are going to forget.
That's a damn shame. But either way, we have some new stuff we're going to test out. New content as far as that goes.
Yep.
And we have some interviews coming up. So it's going to be pretty fun.
All right. Catch you guys later.
Later.